Chicago, 2011. A cop is murdered. Police and prosecutors swear they have the trigger man. He swears he didn't do it. How far will each side go to prove they're right?
Like it's just one bombshell after another, where you're like, what?
The story of a PlayStation, a brain-eating amoeba, and the relentless pursuit of justice. Off Duty, out now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, this is Hannah Berner from Giggly Squad. Have you ever put on a bra that makes you feel like a goddess? Prepare to be obsessed with the Dream Angels Wicked Bra from Victoria's Secret, the iconic brand behind the world's most comfortable bras. And I only wear the most comfortable bras. The bestseller features an innovative sling for perfect lift without padding, and the fit is chef's kiss. Awaken your inner goddess with new colors and super femme lace embroidery. Find out why this bra has thousands of 5-star reviews and counting. Shop it in stores and online at victoriasecret.com.
Howdy, howdy, ho, and welcome to Fantasy Fan Fellas. I'm Hayden, producer of the Fantasy Fangirls podcast and your resident lover of all things Sanderson.
And I'm Steven, your bookish internet goofball, but you can call me the Smash Daddy.
And we are currently deep diving Brandon Sanderson's fantasy epic, Mistborn. But here's the catch. Steven here has not read Mistborn before.
That's right, hey. So each week, you'll get my unfiltered, raw reactions to every single chapter.
And along the way, we'll do character deep dives, magic explainers, and Steven will even try to guess what's next. Spoiler alert, he'll be wrong.
Newsflash, I'm never wrong. Episodes come out every Wednesday, and you can find Fantasy Fan Fellas wherever you get your podcasts.
Hello and welcome back to the Psych Legal Pop Podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about popular culture through the lens of an attorney and a therapist. I'm Tess Brigham, I'm the therapist.
And I'm Brooke Brigham, I'm the attorney.
And today we're back with, if you can believe it, Sister Wives, Season 20, Episode 1, Why I Want to Be a Monogamist. And we are going to get to all of this in a minute, but a couple things. Just very quickly, quick promo for our book club. We are still talking about Christine's book. We are now on chapter, I don't know.
We're about halfway through, I think.
Yeah. So if you are interested at all in Christine's book and hearing our coverage of it, it is exclusively on our Patreon on the $8 level. So go check it out there. We just finished episode 4. And before we dive into Sister Wives, we want to talk about Kody Brown on Special Forces.
Yes.
And I forgot the other thing too. We were on,
We love to hate everything.
We love to hate everything. I was trying to think of the Brown family social media that Friday morning. What's it called? The Brown family. This is like a separate thing they do that's live on Friday mornings.
Oh, the Browntown.
Browntown. Thank you.
Yeah.
For the life of me. I was like, Brown something.
It's their live show that's on Fridays. And I think maybe you can still watch it on YouTube, but it's also a podcast. It's on their podcast feed.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's we talked about Special Forces because it had just aired the night before.
Mm-hmm.
And then they do Browntown, which is kind of a roundup of, the Brown family social media happenings and gossip and whatever is out there about.
So what's so funny is in preparation for that, because I don't follow a ton of the Browns on social media. I don't keep up with it, but I was like, okay, well, let me start following. And so I started following some of them. And so now Peyton is showing up in my TikTok algorithm.
There you go.
And dear God, I mean, it is, someone needs to talk to him about editing and about, he's all one, he's one speed. He's just intense and yelling, and there's no like breath of fresh air, yelling. And then it's all of this prep, all of like so much talking to get to the punchline. And the thing is, by the time you get to the true punchline, you're like, I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore.
I don't even know where we started.
I don't even know what we're talking.
How did this start?
I don't even know what we're talking. I mean, I don't even know what this video was about, but it was about how much he loves his mom, but she does things that are annoying. And then he talks about all this stuff. And you think he's about to reveal that Christine, like some terrible thing that Christine's doing. It's because she likes to go in the fast lane and drive 5 miles below the speed limit.
Yeah.
I thought you froze there for a second.
No, I was just processing.
So stupid.
No, I can't remember if it was, I think it was it Amanda who got Jody
yes.
Why am I blanking on the name?
A cameo
from Payton.
Yes.
And he only charges $10.
And Brooke has a birthday coming up. So I was thinking, oh, yes. What can I get for? But it's Cody's what? Is Kody 100 or 200?
I think at one point he was 200. I don't know. I don't want one from Kody. Anybody but Kody.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't. Yeah, I don't want my name in that man's mouth. I really don't. But yeah, he did a cameo where she had said something like, well, if you want to tell a joke or say something funny, and he went on this rant about how he can't tell any jokes because every joke he knows that's funny is either racist or sexist.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
And that really all comedy, any funny comedy, is all either racist or sexist.
Mm.
It was bizarre.
It was really bizarre.
It's really bizarre. So yeah, I think I'm.
And there was a lot of. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, I think I'm now following everyone who has social media. I don't think I'm following David. I don't know if he has an Instagram account or he just kind of gloms on to Christine.
I don't think he would. I think he's kind of, or maybe he does. Who knows? Who knows?
I don't know.
All right. So let's talk about Special Forces because I love this show. This is like my new favorite.
Fascinating.
It is fascinating. I guess Amanda and Jody weren't so enamored the way we were. I think that it's definitely, I like competition shows. Like I've always watched Survivor. And this is not, it's sort of a competition with yourself, which is really interesting. And that's what Survivor is too, in some ways. It's a larger competition, but that's what's always held my interest with Survivor is it's this, comment on people and how we are when everything is stripped away from us, when, all of the things that where we can hide ourselves is stripped away. Who are we? And how do we show up? And I'm assuming that, all of these people that went on here, they want the paycheck for sure, but they also wanted to test that with themselves. And that I think is interesting. So I found like the overall concept of the show interesting. I'm going to tell you, I would last about 5 minutes. I mean, the minute they put that bag on my head, I'm out.
Yeah. I would not have jumped out of that helicopter.
That too.
Land this thing. I know. I mean, well, first of all, I would never even imagine. I don't know what, I mean, what is the motivation for this? For some people, I think it's just personal challenge. Some people, I think they're just making the circuit of these reality shows to get a paycheck.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think there are some that are there for the paycheck and that this is part of their brand. They got to keep being on these shows.
Right.
But, there was an actor in there, this guy, Robbie, who I've seen in various things. I think, he's been on lots of TV shows. I don't know how much he's doing it for the money. I get the sense he's probably the money on the experience. Jussie Smollett, which is one where, that feels like that is a...
he's trying to rehab his image. And he's not doing well.
It's not doing well at all. I know. Now I feel like I need to revisit his documentary because we were kind of pro Jussie, much to many people's dismay.
Yes, which people did not understand. And maybe now I'm seeing
maybe
why.
We were wrong.
And he really has an attitude.
Yes. And, but it was so Brittany, hopefully spoiler alert, Brittany Cartwright, if you're a fan of Bravo and Vanderpump Rules and all that, she was the first to leave. And that was because Jax, her ex, is so awful. And he told her she would be the first one out. And I just feel like he psyched her out.
Yeah.
I feel like that he put that in her head. I think she could have made it another day or so. But I think the thing that's really telling about it is, again, I would not do this in my 50s. The only way I would do this if I was in my 20s. And, that's the only way I would do it. But it seems like the people that are already like in pretty good shape, like people that kind of didn't drink, not, that were healthy people are doing a lot better than the people that maybe have kind of a party lifestyle.
Yeah, definitely. And I saw someone on TikTok make this point, which I thought was a good point, because Kody did very well.
Yes, he did.
In
he
the
did
challenge.
do well.
He has said that he trained for like 9 months from the time he found out he was doing this.
Mm-hmm.
He did hardcore training. He took it very seriously. He's in good shape.
Mm-hmm.
And someone made the point that, a lot of these athletes, when you're a professional athlete, you go through all kinds of injuries and it takes a toll on your body.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So these are people who had a lot of damage done to their bodies, then have been out of professional sports for years, some of them. And so Cody's probably in better shape than they are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Even
definitely.
despite his age,
Yeah.
Because he is the oldest. And for 57, for a special forces type thing, no. I mean, these are men in their 20s and 30s and, who are in the special forces. So I have to give him his respect because God knows I would not go anywhere near that.
Even Teresa
Giudice,
she did a bodybuilding competition. People look at her and they're really picking on her because she's got the eyelashes and the makeup and they're making fun of her. And it's like, yeah, but she spent a year in prison and she's in really good shape and she's, she leads from everything that I've seen a pretty clean life. Like, yeah, I think she can haul her ass up that hill. Yeah, I do. Even with the false eyelashes. Yeah.
Yeah, and also she's been humbled by going to prison. So when they said you're on, toilet duty, it didn't really faze her.
No.
She was like, all right, well, people let me know if you go number 2 and I'll clean it up for you. I mean, she's just like, okay. Whereas someone like Jesse Smollett, who they're going to put on toilet duty next week.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's going to flip out.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to be able to handle that.
Yeah. Teresa's also had 4 kids and dealt with Joe Giudice.
Yeah.
This woman's been through it.
She's been through it.
And Gia has seen both of her parents go to prison.
Yeah.
And Gia was like second mom throughout all of this. So she's very tough. Like, I think that they're taking this attitude, like they think someone like Johnny Manziel, who I didn't know anything about this guy until the show, they're all, you think someone like him would do better than Gia Giudice, but no,
he's falling apart.
Yeah.
He's in terrible shape.
Yes.
I don't think he trained at all to come on this show.
I think he assumed
to, run half a mile.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think he was partying, his downfall was partying and doing drugs and all of that. But is he completely sober or is he sort of like, yeah, I don't do any of that anymore, but I still drink? Like, that's the other part of it too. It's like, are you still drinking? Are you still, because he just said, I play golf. And it's like, yeah, I think you probably, like, you live like you're retired, like an 80-year-old.
Right.
So, but Kody did well. Kody really took it very seriously. But he did have some winning thoughts. Because his first line, the first interview is him saying, I don't want to sound sexist,
but
men want to be respected and women want to be loved. And so we're like, oh, great. Now we've got the Kody Brown theories of life, deep thoughts by Kody Brown.
He's still Kody Brown, he's just in a different venue.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and he talked about to do hard things is to be a man. And it's like, oh gosh, stop all your. But he did.
Because women, we don't do anything hard. We don't do anything hard. We don't grow people inside of us and squeeze them out of our bodies. No.
Oh, but that's all because of Kody and his great birth coaching. He fancies himself. He should become a doula.
Yeah. He actually, I have to say, I think he would be really good because he's like a good cheerleader. Like in those concentrated moments. Mm-hmm. And he could be, he's the guest star of this thing. Like, I think he would like it. Like, hi, I'm here. I'm special. Yeah. But then he had some other, he definitely was totally into Johnny. So into Johnny. Mm-hmm. And like, Johnny's trying to catch his breath and take a moment. And Cody's talking his ear off in the car.
Yeah. Telling him to just breathe.
Yeah, I think he was, he was obviously trying to help. But, he then has to fangirl all over Johnny. It's like, oh God, he'd probably have more respect for you if you just said, okay, here's some breathing techniques and then walked away.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm enjoying the show. I'm
Yes.
watching it. I think Kody's going to go far.
oh yeah,
I think he might even go all the way.
yes.
Um,
And I think that if
Yeah.
Special Forces had an all-star episode, like a season, maybe 5 years from now, even at Kody in his 60s, he might be there. He might be there. I could see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Good
the
show.
other thing too is that, I will say that Kody, as opposed to maybe a lot of these other people, Kody did have the ability to train. He basically is a full-time dad of kids that are 9 and 12.
Yeah.
It's like he has so much. I mean, he has hours every
He
day.
has time on his hands. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. To train on this.
Well,
level.
even, Kody has always put his personal, workouts and all that kind of stuff above the family anyway. So
yes, that is true. That is very true.
Kids or no kids, he's going to get his workout in.
Yeah. All right. So should we dive in?
Sure.
Well, what were your overall thoughts on episode 1, season 20?
Well, overall, I felt like it was I don't know if we're just sort of recapping, but I just felt like it was a lot of repeat of last season. The themes, the theme of Robyn and Kody. Well, are we going to be monogamists? And will you accept me as monogamist? And, that, which I thought was resolved last season when they were out on the ATV.
And
about it.
We see those clips. I didn't clock this the first time I watched it. We see those clips previously on Sister Wives. So they're showing us, they know previously on Sister Wives, they have the monogamous conversation, monogamy. And I think they got to this resolution even in the clip. So the fact that this first episode is called Why I Want to Be a Monogamist, it's like, we know this.
Yeah.
We're here.
Didn't we discuss this already? And now Robyn's saying, well, people in my family are asking me and some are kind of pressuring me. And okay, so we have to go through this whole thing again. And then, and then, watch them at home and whatever. And then we go to Salt Lake City and it's the same kind of thing. David and Christine are happy. Everything's great. We go to North Carolina. Again, we did the same thing with David and Christine last year in North Carolina. There's a few more people there this time. And it was more revealing. There was a lot of stuff kind of revealed there. But it's the same concept, like Janelle talking about the land and this and that. And then Meri is just Meri, hanging out with Jen. And with literally nothing to do but go speed dating.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, I got kind of worried for the show. I'm like, okay, where is this going? Like, something's got to happen. More, I feel like maybe some more people have to come in or the family is stuck. And they really have to commit to, if they want to do healing.
Yes.
And move forward, they're going to have to start interacting with each other.
Yeah, it's a little bit of like a housewives problem, which is, you can't have all of this distance. It doesn't quite work. Like everyone has to be together. And so if you're fighting with someone, the producers want you to get it resolved, as quickly as possible so that they can move on to the next thing. And we're at a stalemate because, both sides aren't either ready or don't want to have any conversations with each other. And I think with the Browns, it's always been like, they are really very much they're a unique family, but they live lives like the rest of us, which is, not a lot of big things, and then big things do happen and that becomes your focus. And when you get divorced, you're talking about the divorce for a couple years, and then you're talking about dating. And then, that's what we're witnessing. So I think, yes, we're talking about the same things, but I think I see them evolving in how they feel about it. And I think that's what we have to hold. That's what we have to hold on to, which is just that.
Yeah. I saw Maddie has evolved a lot, I think, in this. And that's the thing. Both sides want resolution, but they don't know how to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So they're at this point where it's almost like a game of chicken, like who's going to make the first move. But Kody makes a comment, I think towards the end, that's very, it's frustrating because he says something like, I want healing with all of my children, but it doesn't seem to be able to happen because it always has to happen on their terms. Okay. So it's like him pushing it off. Like we're not healing because of that's their fault.
Yeah.
And then he also makes a comment about how, he wants this healing, but he has no idea how to get it.
Yeah.
And I just thought to myself, well, how about just start one by one with each kid and pick up the phone?
Yeah.
Hi, Logan.
Yes.
I'd like to talk to you. You know, I don't like this distance between us, and I would really like to, get together and talk to you. And what would you be comfortable with? Is that so hard, Kody?
Apparently so, because then Cody's going to have to sit down and he's going to have to say to Logan, and that would be the easiest one to start with. I would start with Logan. I always tell people start with the easiest person first. And I think he would have to sit down and say, well, please share with me what's bugging you. And he's going to have to listen to Logan saying, maybe Logan will go all the way back to I was parentified and all of that. But I think what we're going to hear from him is, I don't like the way you treated my mother. I don't like this. I don't like that. I witnessed this. I witnessed that. And Cody's going to have to hear that and accept it and take it in and say, okay.
Yeah. And I just don't know if he's capable of that.
No.
Times 18 or whatever. Yeah.
So, all right. Yeah. Should we start from the top?
Start from the top.
Oh, we start with Kody. Cody's getting the kids ready for school.
Ooh.
Now, did you clock this painting they showed us several times of a big giant lion with a crown on its head? And it's like, it doesn't look professional, but it doesn't look like a child's drawing. It looks like a very talented teenager's drawing. Do you know what I mean? It's like, is this...
It didn't even look like a drawing. Yeah, it looks like a lithograph.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
And it was just kind of sitting on the floor. Their taste in art is just horrendous.
Yeah, it is the most heinous thing ever. But I was just looking at this like, oh God, please don't tell me you spent $5,000 or $10,000.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
On this painting and you're sitting there wondering like, did one of your kids do this? I can't tell, because it's well done, but it's not, ooh, they've got something to say. It's a lion with a crown on its head.
But yet I think he bought it at that gallery he always goes to buy all the other terrible art. I'm sure it was very expensive.
Anywho. But yeah, Cody's getting the kids' school, and we get to hear about how he's just this whole process. He has been on a roller coaster, and happy some days, and other days angry and upset and bitter. And is this where he gives us like this update on all of like who he's talking to, how much he's talking to them?
Yeah. Like he's like, things are relatively good with Janelle. Once in a while, I talk to Meri. Christine and I text about Truly, but we don't talk in person at all. Okay.
But he says that it's still hard for him to talk to Meri. He's like, yeah, we talk to Meri now and again, but it's still really hard for me to talk to her. And it's like, no, because you were crying last time we saw you. I think it's hard to talk to Meri because I think Meri's reminding you of Coyote Pass. I think Meri's probably calling you up going, what's up with Coyote Pass? And he's like, that's too hard. That's hard. Yeah. I don't like that.
And then he makes this comment that he's like, I don't see why our breakups couldn't have been amicable. And he says, I realize now that I actually did love them. And it's like, Kody, you had every chance to make it amicable.
Yes.
Like, look at with Christine. She was trying very hard for it to be amicable. And she was not asking anything of you except to just let her go.
Yeah.
And you're the one who got all dramatic with the knife in the kidneys and everything. I mean, that was you. What are you
She never raised her voice once. No. She never raised her voice. She made it as, I released Coyote Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go, I'm taking Truly. Bye. And no, it could have been. That was really, really annoying. And of course, we are on the Kody Brown PR cleanup tour of him having to come back around after getting, because again, we know he lives in the comment section, that he's getting all of this crapola about what he said about these women. And he's like, no, I actually did love them. And I do believe you love them. I think you love them, the way you thought you best could at that time. I don't know. I mean, but I do think you love them. I don't think you treated them well, but I think you love them. So.
Yeah, I guess. Then we have Robyn in the middle of all this saying, oh, the big family, it's just a mess, a painful, sad mess. Okay, well, Robyn, what are you doing to help the situation besides, just complaining?
Well, she does make a comment later on that I have some thoughts about, where I was just like, okay, Robyn, it's time for you to take control of your life. But we don't have time for that right now. We've got to go to Salt Lake City and we have got to watch Christine making Tuscan white bean soup.
I actually saw a clip on social media of her making this Tuscan white bean soup.
So now Christine's like, okay, how do I do one video and I use it in 20 different places? Right. Like, how do I multiply my content? But yeah, we learned that they just love soup in the wintertime.
And she said she craves everything Tuscan now.
Yeah. Are they going to Tuscany? Or did they go to Tuscany?
I don't know. She's into Tuscan cuisine.
Yeah. Yes. Very exciting. But they talk about their first year of marriage and everyone, and first year of marriage can be hard for some people, but David's like, it's only hard for the young people. We don't care about much anymore. And it's like, it's true. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that are like, yeah, you don't have to worry about if you want kids and how you're going to live. Like the two of you are like, I don't care. Like, I don't care about that.
Please have more life experience. And
yeah. But they then talk about how it's been a really tough year because of Garrison. And, I always forget that David's wife also took her life, and that he must be a great support to Christine. Like he really knows, I can imagine he really knows what to say and how to say things. And even he's the one that brought up Garrison. He's like, I think this was a hard year because not because of us, but because of Garrison. And I think he's allowing Christine to process.
Yeah. No, David, I'm still team David.
Yeah, me too.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. All right. Now we got to go to Parowan.
Meanwhile, back in Parowan. Gosh, Meri's been there for a year and a half. Oof.
So that means a year and a half from when we saw Kody crying in the house. That was a year and a half from here.
I guess so.
Okay.
If she's talking about when she officially moved there, she'd been spending a lot of time there, but...
Yeah.
She says she has some good relationships with some family members, and non-existent with some. So,
yep.
Poor Meri. I kind of feel bad for her because
again,
she's really just kind of alone out there with Jen.
Yeah. Well, again, I think she's got the same issue that Kody does, which is you could pick up the phone and who you don't have a good relationship with. You could pick up the phone and call Maddie.
You've read the books.
Yeah.
She's read Christine's book. And
at this point she hasn't, because the book hasn't come out. But
that's true.
She could, again, any of these adults that are complaining about these relationships, I give them no slack at all. Like, you're the parent, you're the adult. If you truly, Meri, were a mother to all of these children, then it's on you to pick up the phone and call. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's it. So there's a part of me that sort of, I think that Meri said some really, really powerful, I think she had a few moments where she just succinctly said exactly what's going on. I'm like, good for you, Meri. But then she can't even say speed dating without laughing. Do you know what I mean? And we're back to that whole very young childlike, we're going speed dating. Oh no, all of that. I need a man, and all of that. It's just that part's tough. Really, really tough.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's in this segment or the next one where she talks about how it is a little harder for her because a lot of times when people find out who she is, and do a little digging, they don't want to date her.
Yeah.
So that must be hard because, if everyone you came in contact with who is a potential person to date knew your entire life history,
Yes.
that would be a disadvantage.
Yes.
That would be hard.
Yes. But Christine also had that too. So
Yeah.
it's not impossible.
But Christine's image is different.
That's true.
You know, she's the image of, the happy motherly figure, and Meri was not. Like, she was.
And that catfishing, unfortunately, is going to follow her, you know, and I think people have a lot of thoughts and feelings about that, and have a lot of judgment about it. So
True.
But first we got to talk about Coyote Pass.
Yeah.
So Coyote Pass is still a problem. And
and Kody's not doing anything. They're still calling him, nagging him, and it has to get cleaned up so they can put it on the market. And Kody says he's not motivated to do the cleanup because they haven't been kind.
Mm-hmm. Being petty, being real petty.
Yeah. And then Janelle says, well, I think this is all his stuff. But then he had said that some of it was left behind by Janelle with having to do with the RV, which there might be a few things from Janelle. But yeah, the majority of that crap is Kody's.
Yeah.
There's trailers and different stuff. I don't know.
But any kind of family situation, there is always going to be a time where you're going to have to maybe help someone else out. And all he needs to do is go on the property, remove the stuff that's his. If it's not his and it's Janelle's or Meri's, all he needs to do is call them up and say, hey, this is the stuff that you have here. Here are your options. Like you can, I can take it to the dump and you can pay me how much it costs. I can do this, or you can come and get it. And it needs to be, there's a very simple solution to this.
Yeah. He's just being difficult, punishing them.
Yeah.
Okay. So now,
because he also knows a lot of their money's tied up into it,
Yeah. So he must be more flush if he's not worried about getting the money.
That's true.
But now we're going to go to North Carolina, where Janelle is proudly making Pillsbury cinnamon rolls. She thinks she's really doing something.
Yeah. At first I was like, oh, she's going to bake a cake. And she's like, oh, I'm a grandmother. I can do this. And then it's like, oh, yeah, you're just putting cinnamon rolls in an oven. And even Maddie was like, I bought the cinnamon rolls. Like, what is she trying? It's not even like Janelle went to the store.
Right. It was
like this concept or idea.
The kids love these. I'm going to make these for them.
But we hear about Janelle. She's trying to make friends. She's taking classes. She's trying to integrate herself into her life, because she felt a real calling to be married to Kody. And, but that doesn't apply now.
No, not to anybody. She's not called to anybody else, at least not yet.
And I guess, and I like you, Janelle, but this whole thing of I was called, it's like, I was young and I was attracted to Kody and I thought he would be a good husband and father, and now he's not.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. And now I cannot stand him.
Right. Now, he was my stepbrother and we got forced together. And then I got pregnant and that was it.
Yeah. Who knows what was going on?
But yeah, she's now interested in getting this spiritual divorce.
Yes.
She's contacted Meri to get in touch with the powers that be to look into that. And she said it would have been hard to stay in Flagstaff because of Garrison.
Yeah, which I can imagine.
Yeah.
But then, she makes a very good point, which I was like, yes, Janelle, you're right. She talks about, they should just make polygamy legal. If, all of this hiding going under the ground, and she's absolutely right, which is, men would not sign up for this if all 20 of your wives are getting an equal distribution of your estate. No one, men aren't going to sign up for it. And she's absolutely right, which is the laws are really, these laws that are holding them down in their civil liberties and their civil rights. Cause Kody, this is a civil rights issue. Their civil liberties are being taken. It's like, no, it all comes down to money. And if you legalize it, then what happens? Yeah,
because look at the advantage that Kody now has over Coyote Pass. He's able to just hold on to it and jerk these women around. And if it was community property, he couldn't.
Yes.
He couldn't. And
Yeah.
Janelle could easily, get her share of it, and she wouldn't have to, be doing all this.
Yeah.
And we still don't know exactly what they had to do to get.
Yeah. Well, and that's the whole thing, is that when you're in this long marriage, like that's the whole point is that you community property and getting alimony and palimony, all that stuff is it's like a representation of all the time and work you put into it, that you earn money, that you had money. And so Kody had the benefit of having many families to bring in money, income streams, but he did not have to distribute it equally the way other people have to. And
he didn't. He put it in that quote unquote family account, and then he decided where it went. And and also he wouldn't even have this show or have this money if it weren't for these women. So I don't know. I hope they show us, people have, Meri and Janelle have talked about how, they're getting a lawyer and they have a lawyer, this or that. I hope they show some of that of, did they actually get a lawyer? What did they have to do? What did they claim? Because something brought this to a head, because, at first they redistributed the shares, and then someone was interested in buying it. And then, what happened with the proceeds? How was it divided? Did some people get credit for some things? And, I hope they show that.
Yeah. I don't know if they will, but they might. They might. And then this is where we see Maddie talking about how after Garrison's funeral, they all got together at Erica's, who's Caleb's sister. And they, we see this flashback of Maddie and Leon talking, and Maddie talking about how, how she's angry about the way things have happened. She's like, I realize that I can choose how to react, which means I'm angry at Kody, but I can reach out to him. Like I can react to him differently. I don't need to necessarily cut him off. But, and I don't know if she said this or not, but this was my thought, which is, but I don't think she's in a place where I think she's still so angry. She's not in a place to do, she's not in a place to do it. She still needs him to do it at this stage.
Yeah. I feel like because she says, you want your dad to show up. And so she's like, yeah, why do I always have to be the one, to reach out? Why do I have to be the one who, and that's how Kody is. He cuts people off, and then it's like you have to be the other person has to be the one who comes back, practically groveling, please, pay attention to me. Yeah, and this is where he says that he wants a better relationship with his children and with his ex-wives, and he compartmentalizes it. He doesn't know what to do. He wants healing with everyone, but feels like he's at an impasse because healing can only happen on their terms. Well, you're creating that impasse. It's not. They have not said anything. You haven't even talked about healing. What do you mean their terms? No terms have even been put out there.
Are we now going back to 2020? The same argument about COVID? Do you know what I mean? I feel like the terms that he keeps talking about, these old terms, or even the term of, you might have to say you're sorry. You might have to take some level of accountability. Those are the terms that are just too much for him. But Maddie does say that she wants to reconnect with Robyn's kids. And again, this whole thing with Robyn's kids, this is a thing, if I was Maddie, I would be livid about, because there is something about this where it's like, she feels sad about Robyn's kids, that this is where they are. Then she would love to be able, both Leon too, love to be able to say, this has got nothing to do with you. I want to have a relationship with you, all of it. But, it would piss me off if the new narrative became, we did not welcome these people into the family. Do you know what I mean? I would be like, roll the tape, please.
Yeah. Oh, like going back, in the old seasons. They bent over backwards.
Yes.
I mean, God, they got the kids adopted into the family and welcomed into the family. And that whole, we just covered this, the adoption and the party afterwards and how welcoming everybody was. I mean, this is bullshit. That somehow Robyn and her children weren't welcomed or treated differently.
Yeah.
And then Maddie said something that I didn't know how to really interpret. She said she's still learning how to see Kody for who he is, and that Leon has come to peace with this. Now, is it learning to see him for who he is? So is that, I don't know if that's negative or positive. Like negative, like that's just the way he is. And so therefore, we're just never going to be able to have a relationship, or that's just the way he is. And I accept him that way and would be able to have a relationship regardless.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it's this sort of realization of, right. And it's what you realize once you get to this age in your life, which is, you can't change other people, and the people in your life there's going to be things that happen and that they hurt you, and there's problems, and that you're going to have different kinds of relationships with different kinds of people. I think for her, I think Leon's maybe at this point now where they can see Kody, like, this is who my father is, and this is as much as he's going to give me. So this is as much as I can ask for. Mm-hmm. And I'm at peace with that. And that's I think for Maddie, that doesn't feel like, I don't want to just settle for me always being the one to call you, me always bringing my kids out, me always doing all this stuff just to appease you, just to appease this relationship. And I think that's what she was really saying. So, but
that's hard.
It is really hard. But Meri's got to go speed dating. And this is where she can't, and I know I just laughed at this comment, but it's just like, they cannot say speed dating. So it's still this problem of, you feel like she feels shame.
Psych Legal Pop will be right back after these messages.
Chicago, 2011. A cop is murdered. Police and prosecutors swear they have the trigger man. He swears he didn't do it. How far will each side go to prove they're right?
Like it's just one bombshell after another, where you're like, what?
The story of a PlayStation, a brain-eating amoeba, and the relentless pursuit of justice. Off Duty, out now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, this is Hannah Berner from Giggly Squad. Have you ever put on a bra that makes you feel like a goddess? Prepare to be obsessed with the Dream Angel's Wicked Bra from Victoria's Secret, the iconic brand behind the world's most comfortable bras. And I only wear the most comfortable bras. The bestseller features an innovative sling for perfect lift without padding, and the fit is chef's kiss. Awaken your inner goddess with new colors and super femme lace embroidery. Find out why this bra has thousands of 5-star reviews and counting. Shop it in stores and online at victoriasecret.com.
Yeah, like it's come to this. Like,
yes,
I've got to go speed dating because I just don't know what else to do.
Yeah, it's come to this. I've had to put on a red jacket.
Oh gosh. Well, that was going to say, no,
the outfit. Ooh.
You want to look a little sexy.
Yeah.
She looks like a businesswoman who's going on a, having a business lunch or,
Yes.
With the blazer.
In 1985. I mean,
yes. It's like, sex it up a little bit,
Yeah, Meri's looking good. She's lost weight. She's really doing the contouring with the makeup. She's got that choppy hair thing that she likes, but it looks good. It looks like a do. And yeah, you're right. She could have worn like a V-neck.
Exactly. Show a little cleavage or something.
Wear jeans. I don't know what pants she was wearing, but like wear jeans and like a sexy top.
Yeah.
I know, going out outfit.
And she says, I love this. This is so superficial. So she's looking for someone tall and confident with kind eyes.
Yes.
Those are your top three. I mean,
well, hold on. But it is really interesting because we all know Kody has a lot of confidence. Mm-hmm. That's what Christine likes. That's what Janelle likes. And that's what Meri likes. I was like, oh, this is interesting because Meri, you're, besides the 6 feet, you're kind of describing Kody. Kody does, he has these big blue eyes, right? He's very confident, very outgoing. She also said outgoing. But the one thing is, I just want this person, I want Kody, but I just want him to treat me better. to be nice to me.
Yeah.
So, but yes. And Janelle's like, no dating, has to be organic, has to be.
Janelle needs to loosen up a little bit. She's so like.
Yeah. She's going through,
So then this part, does Robyn say this? Because she says, well, for the most part, it's just Kody and I and our kids. And she nags him about interacting with the other children. A lot of good that does.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robyn through this whole thing, this whole episode, she's just like, wah, wah, wah. Doesn't even crack a smile except during their little sexual banter at the restaurant.
No, she does not crack a smile at all. And you love, this is like, what's your nagging of, and it's an interesting word to use, nagging.
And he uses the same word.
Yeah. And it's
later.
Oh, he's calling, stop nagging at me. But I think she's just mainly like, you should call Maddie. You should call Leon. I mean, I think that's really all she does. Stop nagging me. Okay. I think that's the extent
so that she can say, well, I tried to get him to have relationships with all his kids, but they didn't want to have relationships with us. So,
I can remain the victim.
And then this next part was really, I was incensed. Kody talking about, getting ready for school in the morning and how years ago when they were all living in the Lehigh house, school mornings were crazy. Some mothers were working, some were getting kids off to school, and some kids were getting themselves ready for school. Cut to flashback, Daddy Logan getting breakfast, getting everybody up, dressed, out the house. Meanwhile, Cody's just right next door at Meri's, like, hugging her and loving up on her.
Yeah, all we see with Kody in the morning is him kissing each of the wives.
Yeah.
That's it. It's like he talks about these are our crazy mornings. And then the next thing you know, it's Logan. It's all Daddy Logan, like getting Gabe up. You want a breakfast burrito? Where's Savannah? What's happening? I mean, that's it. It was all just Logan doing everything else.
Yeah. And he claims he wasn't involved because he was at work. And it's like, no, Kody, you were in the house.
Yeah, we saw you.
We saw you. Just because you put on a shirt and tie and then made your rounds, it does not mean you were at work.
Yeah.
I don't think salesmen work that early in the morning. You have to wait till the business opens.
Yes. Plus, I think my guess would be is he traveled. I think he could make his own schedule. So
it
was very
for a while.
It was obvious the days that you were home and you were available, you just didn't do anything. But he said those years in Lehigh were very special. But it's like, we're reading Christine's book. I don't think they were. They weren't special for her. Who are they special for? I guess you.
Yeah. Well, do you think that these scenes of Kody getting Saul and Ari ready for school, do you think this is performative? Do you think he does this on a daily basis?
I think on some level they do. I mean, Saul takes a shower before school every morning. Like, that seems like a lot. But anyway, I don't know. I think this is kind of their morning routine. I think this is, neither of them work. So, they just got to get the kids up and out and then they have the whole day free. And Cody's got to start training for special forces at this point.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So this is where Robyn makes this declaration of, well, we're monogamous because everybody left. Everyone left because we're monogamous. And this is where Meri says, I did not choose monogamy for Robyn. I chose me. I was like, good for you. You are fine. She was just like, I had no relationship with them and I'm not going to be in this marriage just so that you could say you live plural marriage.
Yeah, that was a great line.
I was like, yes.
Yeah, because Robyn's like, monogamy was chosen for us.
And it's like, no, it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't.
It wasn't. Yeah. And then we get Kody talking about like how it's different now. Like before he was involved in his family life. Now he's embedded in his family life. And he talks about how he has to be more accountable now to Robyn. And here's the thing. You have no other houses to go to. You have no other houses. You have nowhere else to go. You have no escape. She knows you're not working. So you actually, what is accountable is he has to say, yeah, I'm going to go to the gym and be there for 5 hours versus, I'm going to be out at Meri's. It's like, yeah, you're going to have to tell people where you are.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he does not like that.
Yeah. No, welcome to monogamy.
Okay. And then did you clock this part where Solomon, I guess Kody's like, Solomon put his phone in his pocket, kind of tattling on him to Robyn.
Mm-hmm.
And Robyn's like, that's not good. I'm like,
that's not good for your body.
And you think that she worried that he'll become sterile?
Yeah. I think she thinks that if you put your cell phone in your pocket near your, reproductive organs, it's going to make you sterile. I do. I think that.
Do we have any evidence of that? Do we have any evidence of that?
I don't think so. I mean, I know I've heard women, because you know how a lot of women will stick their cell phone in their bra, myself included.
Oh, breast cancer.
Yeah. And like I've seen some stories where they attribute it like having breast cancer, because like young women getting it. But I don't think there's any direct link. But also, why are you putting Solomon on blast with this?
Yeah.
Why is Kody like you said, kind of tattling on him and bringing it up? And then why has this become like an issue for the show? And then did you notice they're also pushing all their vitamins and supplements on?
Yeah, they're like, Saul has to get out of the shower and take your vitamins, Saul. Take your vitamins. I'm like, oh God. I mean, I don't know. We give our son vitamin D because he struggles with depression, but that's like the only vitamin we're ever giving him for this stuff. Like, you don't need all these supplements. He should be getting all this stuff from his food, right?
Yeah, if he's a healthy child with a good diet.
But I think he's a really picky eater. I think that's the thing. I think maybe they're worried about that. I don't know. It was
because I thought he only ate corn dogs or something. Poor kid.
So then this is where Robyn says, I'm just in a different marriage now than I've ever been in. I'm like, no bullshit. Your first marriage. We are already forgetting about your first marriage. This is what your first marriage was. This is it. This is it. You had young children together. This was it.
Also, this is her second marriage. Remember?
What do you mean? Yeah, I mean, she's been, but that's the whole thing. You were married before and in a monogamous relationship. You're acting like I've never done this before. It's like, you have.
You have
Again,
done it.
Roll the tape. Like, do these people not get that we know all this stuff?
Right, exactly. She tries to claim in this segment too that it's hard because before Kody wasn't here all the time. I saw him a couple of times a week because he had so many wives. He didn't have to check in the same way. A couple times a week, please. Robyn.
Yeah. Everyone knows that is a bunch of BS. And I think that, she famously gave Kody his own office space in her house. And he said that's what he would go and use. And the thing is, I think she qualifies a lot of this stuff in her mind of like, well, those weren't my days. He was just in his office. So if he just came into the house and spent some time with me and the kids, that really wasn't him being here.
Right.
And if we went into the other room and banged, then that's not really like...
that doesn't count.
That doesn't count because he's just here in his office.
Right.
Because he's got so much important stuff to do.
Right.
So...
Well, and I also noticed, did you notice so Kody drives both the kids to school. They go an hour apart. So he takes Saul, then he comes back, takes Ari. This is the first day of school. And when they're driving away, they blur out the car symbol, which I think is a Mercedes.
Oh.
And I'm like, why did they blur that out?
He doesn't want people to know that he's traded the Lexus convertible for a Mercedes convertible because everyone still knows that he has no business driving that car.
Oh, okay.
A man with 18 children I'm sorry, unless you're a billionaire. Like, what? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how much those cars cost, but yeah. Because he's probably trying to claim, poverty with his dealings with the wives, so he doesn't have to give up as much.
Well, and isn't Christine suing him for child support? I mean, maybe he's like, oh God, I gotta look poor here. But they wake Ari up, and did you see them taking that picture of Ari first day in third grade? They take the picture that she's smiling, and then the minute Ari's like, Ari's already at this place annoyed by her parents. She's already
oh my God.
was dying of laughter. But did you notice that? So Robyn and Kody, like you've now, this is your morning ritual. So you both walk out and you kiss him. But did you notice that she was wearing a patterned flowery blouse?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think she sleeps in them.
She just put some pants on.
Because oh my God, you're out here. You look like you're ready to go upscale casual to the office. But no.
You know what else I noticed in looking at Robyn in the confessionals and then her just regularly around the house? In those confessionals, okay, not only is she still has her eyebrows, of course, which still look terrible. Now she's got the big fake eyelashes.
I clocked that.
She has hair extensions.
Oh, I didn't clock that. Oh, I have to go back.
Because her hair, first of all, and she's always touching it and playing with it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a different texture. It's a different color. She's wearing extensions.
But I have a question. So Robyn now is how old? She's 10 years younger. So she's 48.
Yeah.
Isn't a symptom of menopause hair loss? Don't some women lose their hair?
Oh, yeah. My God, my hair is so thin. My hair is at an all-time thin right now.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
my gosh. Yeah.
I lose everyone goes through periods of shedding hair and growing hair. But I've just noticed that the periods of shedding seem to go on forever.
Wow.
Seem to be longer than the...
Oh, God. So, now I'm scared.
Right now I'm in a shedding stage and there's just hair everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And then you get really scared. You're like, is this ever going to stop? Is it ever going to stop falling out?
Oh, no, now I'm scared. I'm really scared now.
Oh, you haven't noticed that happening?
No, I have so much hair and I've been bald. I've lost hair. It is traumatic. I don't want to go through that again.
Well, you're not going to lose all your hair, but you could experience some thinning, but you have good hair.
Yeah. So that might be, I'm giving her, so I'm thinking maybe her hair is thinning. I will give her that. But those false eyelashes that she wore in the confessionals and at her special date with Kody.
Yeah, because it was right afterwards. She was wearing the same shirt.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She was wearing the same outfit.
So
she took advantage of having the extensions. I'm going to go out. For a date.
Again, if I was on TV all the time, I would do the same thing. I don't have any qualms against it. It's just I just be honest about it. But now, and so this is where also Kody, we hear yet again from Kody, like he fears he's been diminished in Robyn's eyes because of all of these divorces. And I think, I think what he's really saying is, when I had all these wives, I could be rude and mean to Christine and then distant with Meri and an asshole to Janelle. And then I'd be my nice, charming self when I saw Robyn. And now she has to deal with all of this.
Yeah.
And she's watched me be dumped 3 times. And what does she think of me now? And maybe she's seeing a little bit more of this. Again, Robyn's not going to leave Kody and she's never going to stop apologizing for his behavior because we see this later in the restaurant. But I think what he's really alluding to is, she's seeing the real me. She's seeing me full Kody, not half Kody, full Kody.
Yeah. And do you really think people in her family are asking her, are you going to live plural marriage again?
I think some rando relative that probably is like, hey, Ron, what is going on? I've been watching this show. Are you guys going to stay monogamous or what? I truly believe it's that. Someone in her family. Well, they're making, you know what they were doing? Making conversation. They're making conversation with you. They don't care. Right. They really don't care what you do.
They don't need you to go on air and analyze it and talk about it.
But we got to go back to North Carolina.
So now we have Peyton is there, Mitch and Aspen, Janelle's sister and her husband, Christine and David and Truly.
Yeah. Oh my God. Janelle's sister looks just like her. It was so funny.
I know.
It was like you pick her out in a lineup for sure.
Now I thought this whole thing was funny.
Yeah.
Because Maddie is training for a marathon and somehow, either she or David challenge each other, to a race. And, everyone thinks that Maddie's just going to smoke him. And he smokes her.
Yeah. I was like, David.
David, my goodness. And Maddie was full out running. And he was way ahead of her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, David.
becoming more and more, gosh.
Man of many talents. Yeah.
Yes, he is. He is. He's a very fast runner. Yeah.
Who knew how athletic?
That really surprised me. But see, again, I think you can see the way, because this is where Janelle comments on, yeah, he's got a bit, he's charming. David's charming, but he's got an ego. He's got a lot of confidence, but again, he's got a lot of, yeah, but he's got a lot of confidence, but he doesn't have that narcissistic part of it where it has to come back to him. Because if he lost, I think he would have been fine. And he wasn't rubbing this in her face. I mean, it was all like, it seemed like it was all in, like they both took it very well, but I was really surprised that he smoked her.
But I did think that Janelle's reaction to David was a little, just kind of the way she mimicked him, like, oh yeah, I can do this, or like, because he has an ego, and he's like, yo, she's mimicking him, and kind of, it seemed a little, I don't know.
And you think it's like a dig?
A little bit of a dig. But then she admits that, yeah, like it's just like he's kind of like Kody, but not like Kody. He's got the kind of the confidence and the ego, but not a bad ego, narcissist, whatever. So
here's the thing. There's through lines. If you meet anyone who's been married 3 times, you will see a through line with all of the partners. You know, there will be like, oh, you're like this. Yeah, I can see. There's this core thing. And and she too, you want confidence too, Janelle, but they want confidence with something to back it up with.
Right.
Really.
Right.
So, then we start looking at the aerial photos of the land, and they're talking about how, just the various ways they're going to honor Garrison, creating like a special, I guess it's a special garden for Garrison or something to honor him, and Bob's Florals, and
they want to name the road into the property Bob Boulevard.
Yeah.
Because they called him Bob because his first name is Robert.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, I hope Tata Farms fares better than Coyote Pass. That's all I can say.
So do I. I think it will, because I think it's Caleb and Maddie. And I think, they've
already made way more progress in this short time than Coyote Pass has in the last, 8 years or 10 years, however long it's been.
So you got 3 people making decisions versus like 5. I mean, it's just the whole problem with Coyote is too many people, too many decisions. But I think they're getting stuff done. I mean, I would totally go out there and check it out once it's done myself.
Okay. Well, field trip.
Yeah. All right. This is Meri and Jen are driving to the event. Oh, God. And then we have to watch them practice. We have to watch Meri practice speed dating.
I fast forwarded through this. I couldn't take it.
What I wrote down was, does Meri ever boost Jen? I mean, is just this not filmed? This is the question I want to ask Jen. Are there ever moments where you're feeling really low and down about your life? And does Meri show up and like, you got this, I believe in you? Because my God, if she didn't, I mean, Jen just works overtime.
I know. I hope it's not just a one-way.
Yes, that's my fear. Yeah. That's my fear. Because then again, Meri, that's not healthy for Meri. That's not healthy for her. Like that isn't you. Then she's going to think this is how all relationships should be.
I hope Jen is getting paid to be on this show. Do you think she's getting paid? Because she's because Meri doesn't have anyone to film with.
Yeah. I mean,
except for her.
You need her. You need Jen, or you can't have Meri. So you're absolutely right. So, but now we have to go back to North Carolina and drive out to the property. And yes, it feels like we've all seen this again. And they becomes this like battling of the gathering places. Christine wants her home to be the gathering place. Janelle is like, I don't care. But it could be if we are trying to build it. It's like, why can't they both be gathering places? One in one East Coast, one more Central West.
Yeah. There's still a lot of people in Utah, Flagstaff, Vegas.
Yes.
I think Peyton and Hunter live in Vegas. Not Peyton, sorry, Logan.
Yeah.
Oh, and Logan and Peyton lives in Utah. Yeah. There's equal number of people on both sides of the country. Don't worry.
Yes. But then they talk about like Garrison. Garrison loved fires. And then we see this photo of Garrison with the fire. So I guess they want they want to build something, or they want to have a section in there that's about.
Well, they were talking about getting the siblings together to recreate that photo, but only Garrison is in the photo.
Yeah, I was a little confused about that. I'm like, how do you do that? You know what? Robyn's got a guy.
Oh, yes. We can sketch them right in.
What was that guy's name?
Oh, what was his name?
We just covered this.
This was his first job in the United States.
Yes. And I'm sure he would enjoy a second one.
Yeah, I wonder if we still have his card.
Oh.
Yeah. What was his name?
Oh, God.
Don't know. Can't remember.
But then we go back to Flagstaff for, the dinner of all dinners with these two at Bricks, which is such a, there's a Bricks there's been 15 Bricks in every single town. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's been a Bix there's a Bix in San Francisco. There was, Bricks. There's a Brick. You know what I mean? It's such like a common name for like modern cuisine, modern American cuisine. We're going to call it Bricks.
Well, and I don't know what time it is, but the restaurant's completely empty. They're the only people in there.
Oh, no, I thought I saw some people behind Robyn. I thought I saw some people.
No.
Oh.
Well, they were in the upstairs, which was completely empty. I don't know if there were people downstairs when they walked in. I don't remember seeing anybody, but yeah, it's probably before they even open,
Oh, God, they're eating at like 4?
Yeah, maybe even 3.
Well, maybe they're just seating. Maybe it's an upstairs, downstairs, and they're just like, okay, during the time that they're eating, we're just not going to seat anyone up here. But there's people downstairs.
Yeah.
Anyway. Anywho, but God, this whole thing was just, like
with
head
and licking and sexual tension.
Well, Robyn starts by saying, "Oh, can you cut this for me? You did it so well." And then Kody's like, "Okay, well, I'm going to use a different knife because I've licked this one." "Oh, I don't mind your licking." Oh gosh. Oh, that sounded bad. And this is this little game these two play. I'm coquettish, shy Robyn, and Kody is Mr. Lustful, wolf. He's a wolf, and she's Little Red Riding Hood. They have outfits at home.
Exactly. He's the big bad wolf, and and then it's like, "Oh, here, use my fork," and he's like, "Oh, you better lick the rest of the food off of the fork. There's more on there," and she's like, "Oh," and she's trying to cover up her mouth with her hand while she licks it. Like all of a sudden, she's shy. She's shy.
Yeah. Well, she says to Kody, something about like, it's okay, you can lick that. And then Kody gets this look on his face and he's like, "I had so much fun in my head, when you started talking about the licking." And I'm like, what? So basically you're imagining yourself. I'm sorry. For a few moments. You're imagining something. And, but she's like, "Oh, you're teasing me. Oh, I like to tease you."
Yeah.
And
Robyn says, "I'm just shy." I feel like they wrote this script. Like is this their foreplay script?
Yes,
they do it home?
Yes. Yes, this is the foreplay leading into Little Red Riding Hood cosplay. The big bad wolf and the coquettish, shy Little Red Riding Hood.
Let me see what's in your picnic basket.
Oh, what big eyes you have, Grandma. And then we have to get into this whole plural marriage conversation, Oh,
God, yes. Again, monogamy, not something we chose.
Yes. But Robyn talks about how, she had lots of proposals. She had the choice to live monogamy before she married Kody and all this. And it's a little bit like, well, then what? If Kody is your soulmate, like it doesn't work. That's so weird. Like I had all these choices, but I specifically married Kody because I wanted to live plural marriage. But the two of you also claim that you're soulmates and you fell in love. Isn't that why you picked each other? Like,
right. Well, she's tried this shtick so many times, and I don't believe a word of it because, first of all, when she met Kody, I don't even think she'd been divorced. Her divorce had just been finalized. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know when she had time with 3 kids as a single mom to do all this dating. Mm-hmm. And because Cody's like, "You turned down qualified men." Yes, I turned down many marriage proposals. And it's like,
which feeds his ego. And we don't know if that's true or not, but she loved telling him that. And that makes her more desirable to him.
I
Whether
guess
that was true or not.
She's so in demand. Yeah. Well, she was a single mom for less than a year. Like all these men just appeared on the scene and
I mean, she looked good. I mean, I think she did. I think there were a lot of men, but again, it's back to, you're saying that I made this choice solely because of the plural marriage. It's like, no, you wanted to live plural marriage, but you
fell in love with him.
You fell in love with this man as well. There was two parts to it.
Yeah.
So, but this is where we get into this whole thing where they talk about like, well, we would only do it if we could have a guarantee, a guarantee that it would work out. And it's like, yeah, we'd all like that. We'd all like guarantees, but that doesn't work like that. And then she gets into this thing, and this is what I want to comment on, where she says, if it was what I would only want to do this if it was what I always dreamed it to be. And so basically what she's saying is, I only want the guarantee that I could get the vision that I've that I've created in my mind my entire life. And this is the part that you're just like, Robyn, stop. If you want peace in your life, stop. Like, you have to think about, this is for everybody, you have to think about not that vision in your mind. People get very attached to the vision in the mind. If that vision doesn't come true, then it's not right. It's like, no, you want to think about like, what's the feeling underneath that, Robyn? Why do you want to be on the porch together? What is that? And you can find that. You can find community and connection and all whatever it was that you were looking for, you can find that in a lot of different ways. It's so frustrating that these two, they act so passive, 48 and 58, they're so passive. Yeah. 57, however old he is. Yeah. Anyway.
I know, this is getting old with her.
Yeah. Well, but Kody, of course, he's like, we share something so wonderful, so deep, so emotional. Why would we put this at risk? And
for anything
tell you
other
why.
Than a guarantee.
Yeah, but there is a world in which he would put it at risk.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
Hot sex.
In my brain, there's something I want more than you do. It's like, yeah, is this new person going to have sex with Robyn? Like, more than you do? Like, I want more. Yeah. How is that benefiting? Like, you're basically saying, I just want someone to have sex. It's like, well, yeah, that's not really a sister wife. Like, that's got nothing to do with Robyn. I don't know.
Right. So what he's saying that if there was a hot woman who came along, wanted to be in their family, that he would just, then it would ever, it makes no sense.
Well, this is the thing. What Kody's saying is, hey, I'm a man. And with men, we are just, we can be like this. And I'm a man. And so if a woman is good looking, I have to talk to her. And, basically, like, if a woman's good looking, I have to talk to her and I'm going to be attracted to her. And then Robyn's like, well, what about, wouldn't you have a connection? Oh, yeah, I want a connection with them. I want a connection with them. But no, you want to be hot for them. You want to be hot for them. You're basically, he says, I'm a guy. I don't care.
Yeah. And he says, if she's hot, I might want to talk to her, but that won't matter when I'm being nagged.
Yep.
So here comes back the nagging. So he's in his mind, he's like, okay, basically it's like all wives are going to nag you. So is it worth it to take on another wife if they're super, super hot? I mean, this whole conversation is bizarre. And then, Robyn says, you're kind of being a pig now. And then, because he's making these comments, it's getting worse and worse. He just keeps making more and more inappropriate comments. And it's just this was very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was very uncomfortable over that cheese plate and the licking. And and then Robyn tells us what women want. Women want commitment and honesty and depth. It's like, sometimes. But they're both like, no, that's not a good reason to get married. And then this is where Robyn goes into this whole thing about how Kody has always had a surplus. She doesn't say sex, but that's really what it is. Surplus of sex. And she fears that monogamy isn't enough. But then she makes a reference to their sex life being like, hey, pal, we've never had a problem in that area. And so Kody then explains to us how life works, which is monogamists don't get enough sex, but polygamists get too much sex. Okay.
Yeah. These two, they're just fantasizing about like the perfect.
No, you know what it is? She's fantasizing about that dream that she's become attached to of women on the porch. He's fantasizing about sleeping with someone new.
Right.
How long has he's been with Robyn? How long now? 15 years? Like, yeah, he'd like someone new. Yeah, welcome to marriage. Welcome to what real marriage is, Kody, which is, it's one person. And you do hit walls.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe this whole, all this talk about monogamy, it's almost like he's trying to talk himself into it.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't want him to go bang another woman. And because she says, you're being a pig. Then she says something about, well, she's just a concubine. She doesn't use that word correctly, but she's thinking, well, wait a minute. This isn't, I don't think she ever felt sexually threatened by the other women.
Yes, ever. And now she's just, and then Kody has to go back and qualify it again, which is like, well, this woman would have to be he's so intense with this absolute diamond. And she would have to be devoted to Robyn so much that I would not have to worry that she was competing with Robyn for his love. So
don't worry about jealousy.
Yes. I would like to be able to have sex with another woman and you all be okay with it.
Right.
And not nag me or not have any issues.
Yeah. No jealousy, no nagging.
Because what he's really talking about is that, there were always women to go to. There were always, the benefit of polygamy was, there was variety and you could escape and go somewhere else. And there wasn't that. And the downside is the other side, right? They're basically just debating these two things.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not involved in a religion anymore. So how would that be? And it's like, ooh, you guys could just move right over to seeking sister wife. Wouldn't that be great if all of a sudden this is the new couple? Kody and Robyn?
Oh my God.
Yes. And then Robyn says she's fearful the new wife wouldn't take it seriously. And then their whole lives would turn into crap again.
Wow.
Okay. And are you talking about the crap of the last three, like the fact that you've had to deal with Kody solo and is this what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Robyn starts kind of cackling and she says, those sister witches of yours.
No, Kody says
Kody says
this.
Sister witches.
Robyn would never say this.
Why do I don't know. Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say.
Okay. So Kody says, oh, well, those sister witches of yours. And Robyn, of course, is a little embarrassed. And she goes, oh, Kody. So she's not like, Kody, that's mean. Mm-hmm. Stop. She's like, oh, Kody. So then the producers then go back to all three of the other wives and say, listen, this is what he said about you. And we get each of their reactions to it, which I thought was really fascinating. Because Christine's very much in this place of like, really, this is what he's saying now. Okay, interesting. All right. And then Meri with her second awesome line of the episode, Kody's confidence level comes from calling other people names. It's like that. And then Janelle comes in and be like, yeah, I'll own that title. Call me a sister witch. Yeah.
Yeah. Then Kody gets real graphic saying that, the problems come with these women once I'm in both of their beds.
Yes. Because once I'm there, they cannot. I mean, the massages. Once they're massaging me for hour to 2 hours after, raising 6 kids all day long.
That's where the problems start.
This is where the problems. They get hour 2 of the massage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then this is where he gets into this whole thing with Robyn. Like Robyn was welcome into the family, and then we went on that honeymoon.
Yeah, and got in her bed, and that was that.
Things changed. So, are you saying to us that's when you guys finally consummated? Because there's always been this question mark.
Who knows?
And that's not fair to Robyn or to them. He has to and yes.
And so after all of this mental gymnastics, We're back
I'm
to
exhausted.
I know. Kody's like, I'm a monogamist. I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay, now put a pin in that because you just talked a lot about how you'd really like to have a new
Sex
someone
partner.
in your bed.
Mm-hmm.
And then Robyn's like, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. So,
Yeah.
okay. So we're never going to bring this up again. How much do you want to bet it comes up again?
Oh no, we see scenes from this season. Oh, it's like the first clip. The first clip is Kody talking about, hey, someone reached out to us about becoming a sister.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you even entertaining or talking about these emails if this truly was something that you're putting to bed or it wasn't for the producers? I mean, I think the producers are basically saying you got to keep talking about this.
Or they could just be teasing it. It could be that it's a joke and the way they edited it, it looks like Robyn's upset. And it could just be that it's just a joke. Like they're catfishing us.
I think Kody likes getting on camera and telling people that other women are interested in him.
Women want me.
I don't think he wants any. I really don't think he wants. I truly, truly don't believe that he wants another wife. I think these are all fantasies that he's talking about, like, you know, sleeping with someone else. Like, but truly, but he wants us to know that he's desired. Mm-hmm. He's still a very desirable man. So
yeah. Well, and then I guess we're going to get to see David and Kody hang out. How that happens and comes together, I'm very anxious to find out because...
Well, there's one more scene of this episode. Don't forget, we go back to Salt Lake City and we see Meri at the speed dating event. And this was so sad. She was like the only one there. Like they brought her in first and she's sitting in this spot. Mm-hmm. It was sad. Yeah, it was just like...
Well, that was just, I think, just the setting up the...
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think...
Yeah, I'm not saying that no one wants to talk to her, but it was a little bit like, oh, she's walking into this...
Here she is.
Yeah, walking into this room by herself and she has to sit here by herself in this chair and like wait for it all to happen. Yeah, I guess so. She's all ready to go. She's got her jacket on. Okay, sorry. So you were saying, because I didn't write down what the scenes were for the rest of the
it's the
season.
one we were just talking about with Kody getting a message. Mm-hmm. And then David and Kody somehow end up at a racetrack together, hanging out. We don't know how. Mm-hmm. Let's see. We see Meri and Janelle talking about the spiritual divorce. Then we see Janelle in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. No context given. And then there's I wrote down Coyote Pass meeting. Kody wants healing.
Yeah, this is like the showdown at Coyote Pass, which I think is probably...
that probably happens towards the end of the season.
Yeah, I think so.
So I don't think that's next week.
Yeah. But I think that's... I think this is what the whole season's going to be, is like Coyote Pass, how we're all separated. Are we monogamists?
Mm-hmm. God.
Yeah. But hey... The show is 40 minutes long and we're an hour and 20 minutes in. So apparently, even though we're complaining, it's the same crapola.
Yeah. We did talk a little about social or special forces. So, but still, yeah, I know. It's just, this family.
Can't quit them. Can't
quit them, but can't wait for next week.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Again, we have a Patreon where we have a, if you're a Sister Wives fan, we have a huge catalog of Sister Wives recaps, both, here on our free feed. And then we started our Patreon like a year and a half ago. So they're the ad-free versions. If you go over to our Patreon, we're doing Christine's book at the $8 level. But we have a lot of other great stuff over there. So go check it out. We also have a $5 tier where you get everything ad free and just our weekly bonuses. And there's lots of ways to support us. If you haven't already, give us a 5-star rating and review. Those reviews really do help us. And follow us on social media. We're on all the socials at Psych Legal Pop, and we are on YouTube now. So hello. I think that's it.
Yeah, subscribe. Do we say subscribe? That's a real easy way to support us.
Yeah.
Just subscribe to the podcast.
Yeah,
Never miss an episode.
Exactly. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, this is Hannah Burner from Giggly Squad. Have you ever put on a bra that makes you feel like a goddess? Prepare to be obsessed with the Dream Angels Wicked Bra from Victoria's Secret, the iconic brand behind the world's most comfortable bras. And I only wear the most comfortable bras. The bestseller features an innovative sling for perfect lift without padding, and the fit is chef's kiss. Awaken your inner goddess with new colors and super femme lace embroidery. Find out why this bra has thousands of 5-star reviews and counting. Shop it in stores and online at victoriasecret.com.
Howdy, howdy, ho, and welcome to Fantasy Fan Fellas. I'm Hayden, producer of the Fantasy Fangirls podcast and your resident lover of all things Sanderson.
And I'm Steven, your bookish internet goofball, but you can call me the Smash Daddy.
And we are currently deep diving Brandon Sanderson's fantasy epic, Mistborn. But here's the catch. Steven here has not read Mistborn before.
That's right, hey. So each week, you'll get my unfiltered, raw reactions to every single chapter.
And along the way, we'll do character deep dives, magic explainers, and Steven will even try to guess what's next. Spoiler alert, he'll be wrong.
Newsflash, I'm never wrong. Episodes come out every Wednesday, and you can find Fantasy Fan Fellas wherever you get your podcasts.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
This season on The Dream.
Supplies are being provided by nurses who run out in the middle of the night and purchase diapers, but the hospital is still charging as if they still have these items.
We are digging into every topic we've ever wanted to cover on this show.
It's a spinning plate analogy. The second that you stop spinning those plates, that crashes. So you can never stop working.
The Dream Season 4 comes at you weekly starting Monday, January 20th.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.